Welcome to the narrated version of Episode 1, my 1400 scale Enterprise D, built from the 50th anniversary kit, as you saw at the beginning of the video. Now, it came in clear, and we assembled it that way, my friend Zach and I, in Cold Lake. This was the second last model we assembled in Cold Lake. You'll see number 8 next week, part 1 anyway. We used the elastic bands to secure it, to make sure that the glue set. That way, well, we built it before it was painted, so it really didn't get damaged in any way with the elastics holding it together. And of course, as per usual, I take all the pictures from all the angles showing it assembled. And that was taken on Grandpa's cedar chest with a plastic bag protecting the top of the cedar chest from any glue that might have dripped anywhere or onto the stand. But the stand ended up being pretty pristine anyway, just like the assembly. And then I think it was a couple days later that we took it and started the spray painting. Now, of course, once again, just like the 6 models that preceded it, all I had was the Krylon Chrome from Walmart. You can see that on the warp nacelles here. And you can see it on the saucer section here. And the next image should show the star drive. Of course, the light isn't the best. You see how dark it looks there, kind of a black and white. But look at how it looks, the separate pieces on Grandpa's cedar chest under proper lighting, once everything had dried, of course. Excuse me. And the star drive. So there it is assembled. And unlike the old Enterprise A, it's not tipping forward. It seems to be pretty well aligned. There it is from the front. There's the starboard side. So you're getting pretty good images of what it looks like, kind of like the actual Enterprise D. So it's all secure. Now, remember, I made sure that the saucer section was detachable. That way it's more easily transported. The entire saucer section fits into the box it came with. And here you see it was my old 2500 scale Enterprise D from 1994. There's a top view of the two ships together, so you see the difference between 2500 on the left, 1400 on the right. And there's the star drive by itself when I started to do some detail painting. Now, I didn't have the Aztec decals at this time. I didn't find them until I went to Quebec, but there you go, the warp nacelle grills, and there's the deflector dish, and the Bussard collectors, of course. There's the starboard side. So it was getting painted bit by bit. You can see some of the decals underneath, escape pod decals mostly, and then I did the phasers on the bottom of the saucer section, and of course the impulse engines, and the phasers along the top. And then, of course, I took more pictures once I had it assembled, again, with some of the detail painting. Now, that is pretty well the extent of the detail painting that was needed for the ship. So I just settled for taking beauty shots from this point forward, because all you'd need from now on is the Aztec decals, which I did not have as yet. And there's the 2500 scale Enterprise D using the 1000 scale TOS Enterprise stand. It's a miracle that it actually fit, but the Enterprise D is so much bigger. There it is from the top view, both of them together, and there it is, the big cousin, protecting the smaller ship, which didn't have any damage decals applied yet. And here we are putting on the first escape pods and pennants, because I didn't think I'd be able to get at the Aztec decals, or I didn't know about them, so I started applying some details even there. Phaser decals, transporter emitters, and if you look at the top, you can see, now you don't have to worry about those phaser decals on the bottom, on the star drive. And there's the first Aztec decal. So I finally found some, and I started putting them in place. Now, the big one in the middle, it kind of broke, And I said to myself, that gave me pause about using them for a long time. And then I realized later on that I had some ice metallic blue that could fill the section, but first I filled it with some metallic accents, as you can see here. That was my idea to fill in the gap. I had seen someone do it on a website, and so I decided to do the same thing. Because after all, if this is the All Good Things Enterprise D before it got the third nacelle, I figured I'd give it some metallic trim and everything. Make it look nice. So that's what you see on the star drive in this picture here. And you can see, so the Aztec decals go along the nacelles, they go along the entire star drive and even the bottom of the neck, as you can see. And you can see the different shades of gold and brass I used. And then it was time to start putting the Aztec decals on the saucer. I started from the center and I worked my way out, as you can see here. Started working my way out from the captain's yacht. And that ring is a separate decal. It might have been part of the Aztec set. And then I started working on the outer section there. And it's hard to see in that picture, just by the angle of the light. But don't worry, I got better pictures as time went by. Kind of like that, yep. And there you go. Now, in that light angle, it is kind of hard to see the Aztec decals. They're nearly complete. This one shows them a bit better. It kind of shows how subtle they are, actually. There you go, on the coffee table. That's showing up better. There's another with the big overhead light that isn't showing much, but contrast this picture to the next picture that's taken at the exact same angle, and you really see the blue there. So that is the end of part 1. Part 2 has already been posted at narration, so hopefully you enjoyed this version of episode 1. Bye-bye.